Hello guys, Eyeduka is here. Today I'm going to talk about something that may not be too difficult to figure out, but some people are asking about it, like what are the best things that you can buy with the different coins and tokens you get. Let's start with Ornate Coins, which actually, as you can see right here, I have 3,000, but this is just because I've recently completed the collection, well, almost completed. So that alone gave me about 3,000. Actually, it's more because before that I had some of these completed. But actually, it's a finite resource, so you don't really get that much coins. The only other way you actually get coins is it's kind of a handout every single week. It's not even every single week. The game is actually giving you about 500 coins just for being active and playing the game. If we assume that you're going to get 500 coins every single week, in 1 month, you're going to get 2,000 coins. So that makes it somewhat difficult to obtain a resource. As you can see, you get plenty of things where you can spend those coins. So let's talk about what is the most valuable thing you can get for Ornate Coins. Of course, these things change over time. They're not always the same stuff, especially the Amitoys, the Morph Stones, and some of these titles. But a lot of those things kind of stay the same. So early on, you might be tempted to buy any of these growth stones and books. But realistically, over time, you're going to get them from the game and you're going to be able to craft them easily with resources. So I would say stay away from those as much as you can, because in the end of the day, you get them eventually. Most people actually buy precious blessing pouches. This is monthly anyway, so for a whole month, get 15. That's going to cost you 675 coins. So you can't even get them in 1 week. I don't know why people think this is so valuable. Let's check out the chances. So you have two groups here. Obviously, you can get a bunch of epics and stuff like that, but realistically, look at the drop rates. They're below 1%. Most of the items are actually blue. So you have like 1/3 of these being epic and 2/3 of these items being blue, with higher drop chance, obviously. And then the highest drop chance is probably the worst thing you can get, steroid, which is just gonna make it so that it's cheaper to craft it this way instead of buying it. But again, this is a lot of Ornate Coins for mostly that, to be honest. You're gonna get a couple of epics, of course, but and the second group is basically just additional resistance contracts. You can get these pouches from other sources as well. So generally speaking, I don't think that they're that precious, in my opinion. It's 45 Ornate Coins. I'd say if it's a bit cheaper, maybe. But the number one thing I would say, every single month, you want to buy these. You want to buy an enchanted ink. This is really difficult to get, and it's probably the best way you can make some money. Especially when tier 2 comes in, you want to be stacking these inks as much as possible, so you can just extract lithographs and sell them for Lucent. And you only get 100 per month, and they cost 5 each. So basically that's 500 coins, which is pretty easy, pretty good to get. That's like the number one thing you want to get. And then it's actually a lot of freedom here. You might be tempted also to buy trait extraction stones, and you get 600 per month, which is not too bad. They also cost 5 coins, so technically that is 3,000 Ornate Coins. If I want to buy all these now, I'm going to spend almost all my coins. I would say this is not that worth it, because I'll show you later why. But this is a finite resource. You don't want to be buying this. Of course, you're going to make more money with this as well, but you get that from other sources. So I'll probably not buy extraction stones either. Fishing bait, I'd say probably not. You can get plenty daily, and unless you're fishing all day long, you probably don't want to be spending any coins on that as well. Here you got, we didn't get these before. I'd say you don't want to be buying this as well. There are not many recipes, I think, with this thing, so probably not going to buy that. These things are just cosmetics, so I don't care about that either. Now, training dues, that's actually not bad. Again, you might be tempted to buy a lot of these, or as much as you can. You're going to get 40 per month, so that's going to cost you like 400 coins. But again, eventually you're going to get your mastery XP, so that's not very unique either. You get that from other sources. So you got to be thinking in terms of, what can I get from here that I cannot get anywhere else? There's also the runes. Realistically, runes are not too bad, and actually it costs very low amount. You get 10 chests for 50 coins. That means one chest of these is 5 coins. And from what I see, it's blues exclusive, which is really nice. So I would say this is probably very good. And you can get 10 per month. So that means 500 coins. which is not too bad. So basically these two things are super good if they stay for long, and they cost about 1,000. So if you get them every single week from the game, you're gonna have 1,000 coins to spend on these two things, and then 1,000 left from for other things as well, if you actually get them every single week. But I think we didn't get them the last week, so it's not guaranteed that they're gonna give you 500 coins every single week, as far as I know. But let's hope that they do anyway. And then we're left with these things here. These are the most unique things you can actually buy with Ornate Coins. And of course, the titles are pretty much just absolute vanity. Like, I could say for sure, this is the last thing you want to be spending coins on. But these things, you see, you have Amitoys and Morph Stones. Also, they're limited time. That one is a Morph Stone. I think that is probably swimming. And also this Morph Stone, that is the flying one. So you may not like these. So you don't have to buy every single one of them if you want. You can just wait. They'll just rotate and add others. They were changed from time to time. But I'd say these, you cannot get them in any other way except from here. And maybe with Lucent, but I'm not quite sure about that. Since I stated that most of those things are not really worth because you get them from the game anyway, and otherwise they're actually expensive, I'd say just get ink, runes as much as you can. The training due is very considerable. I'd say probably not as well. Eventually you're gonna get maxed out anyway. And the Amitoys and Morph Stones. So that's the Ornate Coin. Why you don't want to be buying trait extraction stones with Ornate Coins? Because you got the you got the contract coin manager right here. This is the next thing I want to point out. The best things you can buy with contract coins, which you get from doing any kind of contracts, the daily resistance contracts and the one in the open world dungeons. And as you stack more and more of them, you're gonna end up with a lot of coins at some point. Every single day I'm buying the Mystic Keys, which is like relatively cheap. You only spend like 75 coins for them, and they could give you pretty good stuff from the globes. And fishing bait is only 20 coins. That's super cheap. It gives you 50 baits. And at some point, you're going to have a lot of baits. So if you want to do fishing, that's a really easy way to do, instead of buying them with Ornate Coins. And then down here, the most important things you want to buy every single week is ink and extraction stones, obviously. Ink is probably the hardest thing you can buy in the game, and it's probably the most valuable. And trait extraction stones, right now you see it's 7 coins per one, and you got limit of 420 per week, which is roughly about just below 3,000 coins. And technically, it's a little bit more expensive compared to Ornate Coins, but Ornate Coins are really rare. However, the contract coins are really easy to get. So buy extraction stones from the contract coin manager and ink as well. About the other things, you might be thinking about the rare parchments if you want to level up your skills, but technically, at some point, you're gonna need epics, and epics are really expensive. They need a lot of resources, so that's not your best way to spend coins, because you're not really gonna make huge progress. And you get these from random drops as well. Other things, again, the blessing pouch. Once again, it's even way more expensive here for these coins. 200 coins every single day. I'd say probably not. I don't think it's worth it that much, to be honest. And then you even have this one, but I never really want to buy this, to be honest. So that's with this. Gems seem to be really expensive, especially the ones that you actually need in the end game, the epic ones. That's quite expensive. You have small limit of them, but still, I'd probably not want to bother with these either, because you want to have plenty of coins to actually buy extraction stone and enchanted ink, which does cost over, it's almost 3,500 for all of these per week. Right now I have 4,000, so you see it's not much more than what I actually need. That's going to be for next week, which is like in one day anyway. And then you also have the Sundry merchant, which is basically a general merchant in other games. And here it goes without saying, just buy every single daily or weekly thing you got here. They're just so on, so it doesn't really, there's no reason for you to skip these. Even if you're not cooking anything, if you're not doing any of that, at some point you might be thinking about doing it, and you'd regret not buying these because they have daily limit. And as you can see, I got stacked some number of these, but they can really be depleted super fast if you don't stack them. So yeah, definitely get these. And these are contracts as well to just get extra loot from dungeons and stuff like that. And then you have the guild merchant, which I think is the last thing you want to be checking in every single day. As you can see right here, I've been buying all these things. Most of the things are daily. You want to buy basically all those things that I'm buying right here, like every single day. If you have an active guild, of course. Otherwise, just find an active guild anyway and just keep stacking these things. At some point, you're gonna need them. Those are pretty decent materials that are gonna help you craft a bunch of other things you want. And the potions as well, you're gonna use quite often. So make sure you have plenty of these. And then this is the only weekly thing here is straight conversion stone. This is a bit more expensive. As you can see, you get a limit of 100 per week, and they cost 30 guild coins. So that's going to be 3,000 guild coins for 1 week just to get this. And also keep in mind all these other things that you're going to buy daily are going to cost about 565 coins as far as I remember. That's every single day. So you do want to have an active guild in order to maintain this this cost every single day. That in 1 week you're probably going to have to spend about close to 7,000 coins to get all these things every single day and week. And with an active guild, it's actually not too difficult, but otherwise, it's gonna be really difficult anyway. Just a small bonus here, you can actually go in this shop. That's the premium shop that you can buy things with Lucent. Obviously, Lucent is very difficult to obtain. It's a premium currency, so unless you're spending real money here, you can just buy Lucent just with real money. Unless you do that, it's not gonna be easy to get this currency. So you want to be thinking, what do you want to buy with this? If you want to buy anything at all. Now, I always buy the battle pass because it's just extra rewards. It's pretty good value. And if you're active, even though I said that the action house is actually pretty bad, it's still not dead yet. So until things totally collapse, you just make use of the Lucent you make and buy things that might be useful for your account unless they completely change something. There are things that are like one-time purchases that you can get. It's probably these things that are relatively new. They're not here from the start. Skill set voucher and equipment set voucher. Why you want to get these? Many weeks, even months ago, I said that I believe the game is oriented into you making maximum use of a single character and having multiple specs and builds on the same character. It gives you the option to do that. You don't have limitation. You can basically be any kind of class on one character. In order for you to enable this, you want to have as much presets available in order for you to just swap around. And that allows you to do that. So you get 4 for free, and then you can buy additional 6 of each for a total of 10 presets. So that's not too bad. It's not crazy expensive if you think about it. The other thing that you can buy if you want, that's actually could be valuable, is inventory slots. Of course, over time that becomes really expensive. If I haven't bought it, so I can't really tell you if this increased, but I believe it's probably going to be flat 100 for every 5 slots, and I think you can go all the way to like 300. But I would stay away from that for a very long time until you're like extremely rich, if you ever get to that point, and instead just unlock more slots for your storage. Of course, at some point this becomes very expensive. Like right now, it's going to cost 5 million for 5 slots. That's like 1 million per slot. However, if you do the math, you don't have a lot of Solent. What you can do is simply use some of the Lucent. It actually has pretty decent conversion still. And buy the cheapest thing here. Like, you always have to double check these prices because sometimes one is better than the other. For instance, one Marines costs 7.5 Lucent right now, and it's going to give you over 400k Solent. And one Emirate or Stallone costs about 5 Lucent right now, but they give you 288 Solent. So basically, if you buy 2 of these, it's going to give you almost 600k, but they're going to cost about 10 Lucent. And one of these costs 7.5. It's going to give you 430. So you got to do the math. Yesterday, I actually bought something way cheaper. I think I get these for like 4 Lucent each. And when I did the math, actually, it was more profitable to just get these and sell them for Solent. You would never want to sell these for Solent. The rubrics is the most expensive one. But if you do the math, it's actually not that expensive to just buy some gems and sell them for Solent. You're gonna make shitloads of Solent this way for just a few hundred Lucent. If you get lucky, you can basically sell 1 or 2 items for that amount and get like 20-30 million Solent easily. For a very long time, this is gonna be more profitable to do it this way and just increase your storage until this becomes extremely expensive as well. But yeah, that's like just optimizing your resources early on in the game. That's gonna be for this video, guys. I hope that was useful for you and you learned something. If you have any suggestions, just let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you next time.